in your business, how do you put together that winning team? How do you get relevant suppliers? How do you get relevant stakeholders, proper customers for you to run your business successfully? So today we will be looking much more on the team that works for you, the team that makes the work happen. Remember what I said on that other video when I was talking about getting a relevant team that can get the work going even when you are not in the office? To say that most of the businesses die because the founder of the business, probably the founder of the business maybe is sick, or the founder of the business is dead, and then everything just go upside down, crumbling. So most of the businesses are relying on the founder for them to run. But if you want to run a successful business, is the one that will make money for you even when you are not in the business. So that is how you actually succeed. Even if you can be somewhere in Mauritius having the best time of your life, your staff members can be working, doing all the magic to make sure that money is coming into your account and your overheads are taken care of. But now, how do you put together that team? So how you put together that team today, I will just mention quite a few of the ones that you do not need to do. Number one, you do not want to hire your friends to work for you, because you want to have some sort of accountability and you want some sort of seriousness when you work. Not just because you want to be uptight and all, not that, but in terms of when you have to bring me that report at 3, you have to give me that report at 3. When I tell you we have to follow these channels, this is what you have to do. You need to be able to listen to me, because probably I have been there, I have done that before, and I know what I'm talking about. Not to say you don't want people that will object or bring in better ideas. You will find staff members that will be smarter than you, that will bring in better ideas, but those brilliant ideas must be discussed, and you need to look into them yourself and the staff member, and then you weigh all your options, and then you can go ahead with it. So hiring your friends is not a good idea. 2, you don't want to hire family members, because when they stop coming to work sometimes, you cannot even fire them. If you fire them now, you have lost a family member, you have divided your family, because some people in your family will side with the person, other people will side with you, and then the family will just be divided over a situation that would have been avoided. So do not hire your family members. Some of the family members might be good, maybe you may not afford to have certain staff members that can do 1, 2, 3. They can volunteer and come into play to assist you with that. Yes, it does happen, but provided they will be professional. You need people that when you are working, that will understand the relevancy of the work. Not someone who's going to bring your dishes that you didn't wash yesterday and decide to bring them into the boardroom, and then you have another meeting regarding another situation on top of another one. That is not how it is done. So also, when you have to do some proper disciplinary hearings, fair disciplinary hearings, you will need to be able to do it properly without the fear of losing out on either a family member or anything. So that's one of the things that you should work on to make sure that you avoid doing business with family. And also avoid hiring people that love gossips. Or one of the worst cases that I've ever been involved in, I hired a staff member that was dismissed by a former business associate of mine. So the business associate let this specific employee go. He used another diplomatic excuse to actually get rid of the girl, and it looked like it was some situation in terms of finances. It looked like they were struggling in terms of finances to keep her whatsoever, so they had to let her go. And because I've been seeing part of her work, I can't say really part of her work, but I've been seeing what she's been involved in, and then I absorbed her, the kind of problems that I was having. And then I went back to the associate and I'm like, hey, comrade, how are you managing with so and so? He said, oh, no, that was a problem. That was a diplomatic way of letting them go, because they were instigating gossips. They were sabotaging the company from within. They never come up with ideas to grow the company. They always have excuses of why so and so shouldn't get such and such privileges. They're just sabotaging others, but without really bringing any value themselves. And also another dangerous thing about them is specific staff member that I'm talking about, it's someone who was playing Monopoly in terms of who gets promoted to that, who gets promoted to that, who gets promoted to that. I remember when the company opened another branch in Albertine, she was the best contender to go lead that branch. But because she's been too involved in causing problems in head division, and how she was manipulating people, how other staff members had to resign because of her, she never got promoted, but instead we also had to let her go as time goes by. So you also do not want people who will play Monopoly in terms of who gets what position, people who are always nosy on other people's business in the company. You may have 20 sales consultants, they won't perform the same. Others will do good in the field, others will do good with emails, others will do good on the phone. So you do not want someone who will be nosy and disturb others in terms of their own magic, because as people we are not the same. Others will be very good at what they do in terms of the phone, but just because I'm horrible with meeting people physically, it does not mean that I'm not good for the job, because I can still meet my targets using the phone. So that's part of the things, that's part of the preparation that one needs to look into. So make sure you don't look for people who are nosy in terms of messing up with other people's magic in terms of how they do their work. You want people that are self-conscious, people who want to grow themselves and who want to challenge themselves. So in terms of whom you hire, the normal interviews that we do, tell us about yourself and the rest of the drama. Look, that is the PR version of the person. If you really want to know whom you are hiring, make sure you dig deeper than that. Whom did they work for? Why did they leave? What kind of staff members were they before they joined your team? Exactly what is the real reason other than the official reason why they left? You know, we have two reasons why people leave companies. We have the official one that is on paper, and then we have the real reason why they left. So you need to find out the real reason why they left the company that they left before they could even come and join your team. And also to know what is in it for them. If you are coming to work for me, what is in it for you? Don't say the money, because with everyone that you work with, there is money involved. Why do you want to work for me specifically? So those are some of the things that you need to know for you to be able to find that team that create magic, that team that make things happen, the team that will be smarter than you, the team that will move the company 10 times forward than it would have been if it was being led by you. Because if you are the owner of the company, I don't expect to see you running the company. You need to have people that run inside the company to make your vision come through without you being part of it. You have to research and look for other opportunities of how to grow and expand, but you don't need to come and be an employee and run inside your own company. Once you start running like that in your own company, then you are just self-employed. You have just replaced your old job with a new one. The only difference this time around is that the losses will be much more painful than they would have been to lose your previous job. So those are some of the things that as a business person you need to look into. So make sure you invest a lot in recruiting the relevant people and to know why they want to work for you. And once you know why they have to work for you, and also to know exactly what they do in your team. You have specific soccer players that you know that we just give the ball to Frank Lampard to shoot. He's not going to do anything with it. He will just shoot from, even if he's outside the 18 area. That is just what we want him there for. We have so and so because he has the ability to do 1, 2, 3. So make sure you know why you are taking a specific person, of what role you want them to play, and where should they end with that role. Don't just hire someone out of sympathy because they are struggling in life and you think you can take them into your business. You're setting yourself up for failure. Not because they came highly recommended and you don't urgently need them, you're setting yourself up for failure. So know exactly why you are hiring a person and what they should do in your team, and to also see if they've done it before. Don't be Dr. Fix-It. Don't just think, okay, I will hire incompetent staff members, train them and develop them to fit a specific position. You will develop them, train them properly, pay them the time when they have not yet mastered their work until they grow. Once they've grown and they've mastered their work and the work is seen by the public out there, company X will just come, offer them money, probably twice what you are paying them. And trust me, when the money starts talking, nobody checks the grammar. They will just jump off and leave. And you have taken the risk of paying someone who is not performing, hoping that they grow. You have taken your time and your effort training this person, and when they are gone, you will be stuck and you will have to start all over again. So don't be afraid to pay for quality staff members. If you have to pay for quality, as long as that quality will be bringing the value, you will move forward. You pay for cheap because you do not want to pay expensive. Eventually, cheap gets expensive in the long run. So be careful of how you maneuver around that. Thank you very much for watching, and please do consider subscribing and like our videos. Please do comment. I'd love to know more about other questions that you may have in terms of the topic in discussion, and we will have a part 2 of this video. And thanks to Angela Manamela, our guest producer for the day. See you on the next one.